Hiya, this is just a rant about absolutely nothing at all. I've not done a broadcast for a while, so I thought I'd just do one, and not do one as in go somewhere. I mean, like, do one as in just... And the only tune I can probably use... I've got a list of TV themes here in front of me that I could use, but they're all too short, you know. They're all too... Let's use this one. Oh, well... Okay, I've been putting a lot of Facebook statuses up recently, probably rather crazy ones that you've thought, well, why is he putting that Facebook status up like that? For example, the one that I put up last time was about old age pensioners being on Twitter. Now, I don't see anything wrong with that. I think there should be a special adapted Twitter set up for, you know, the elderly who probably can't use computers as well as the younger people can. But I just think it's a really good idea, and I think it's good that old people on social networking sites derives a bit of company for them. If derive is the right word to use. It gives them a sense of company, a sense of assistance in life. Depending on who they want to follow, of course. I mean, you know, you can get friends and family who are on Twitter, who can keep an eye on their grandmas and granddads. But you see, then again, I can hear you asking the question. Not all elderly people know how to use Twitter. Yes, that is true. That is true. Which is why I'm saying there should be an especially adapted Twitter for old age pensioners. I don't see anything wrong with that, do you? Not at all, not at all. What other things have I been putting on my Facebook statuses recently? Loads of different things. Went to Ben... I was going to say Ben and Jerry's there. Frankie and Benny's. Frankie and Benny's. Went to Frankie and Benny's for some food today, and I have to rate the customer service. It was absolutely fabulous. You see, I thought I was going to say it was absolutely crap, but it wasn't. It was absolutely fabulous. I really enjoyed my time at Frankie and Benny's in the local area. That was absolutely fab. I loved it. Had some pasta and stuff, and even had a starter as well. Yes, I could afford a starter as well, which was garlic mushrooms with cheese. That was quite nice. Really enjoyed that. So, what is your favourite food outlet? We usually go to a Wetherspoons, or we usually just hop along to the local McDonald's. I don't say hop along as in like hop along as in on one foot. We usually go off to the local McDonald's and grab ourselves some fast food, albeit not very healthy. And I have to say that Frankie and Benny's food is a lot more healthier than McDonald's, don't you think? Definitely. A lot more healthier than McDonald's. It was absolutely really nice. I was just reading in the Daily Mail as well about how Virgin Media, and I'm sorry to slate Virgin Media on this, but they really have made a big mistake on copying people into personal emails. And a lot of people have got these emails, and they've just been wondering why these emails have been sent to them. So, have you received an email? If you're on Virgin Media, of course, have you received an email from them that you've never received before? And if you have, what did you do about it? I'll try and do a couple of these little podcast things, but I'm not promising anything, if you know what I mean. So, when was the last time you had suspicious emails? I get a lot from banks, and before I go any further about this, I do bank with a certain bank, and they've told me that they do not send emails out to your personal email address because, one, they haven't got my personal email address, and two, they just wouldn't do it. If they were going to get in touch with me, they would do it by the telephone. They would ask me to go in and see them for some reason. So if you've had any suspicious emails from banks, don't take any notice of them. Just delete them. Get rid of them out of your spam box, because that's where they'll end up, first of all. And if you open them and you answer them with any bank details at all, then you are quite likely to get robbed. Yes, so be very, very careful on what emails you open when it comes to banks. In fact, don't open any at all if it comes to even banks that you don't even bank with. You know, I get loads from NatWest and Lloyds, and I've not banked with Lloyds and NatWest for a long time. So, and why would they be sending me emails now? I don't bank with them anymore. I've got no business with them. So I don't have any reason to receive emails from these people. So I'm just telling you, if you do bank with these banks, be very careful. Be very careful indeed, because they are quite dangerous, and they could rob your bank as such. Even though that's a really, really bad thing to do, is to be robbing people's banks. It's a criminal offence. It is a criminal offence. So, what other things have I been up to? Not a lot, really. Been listening to a lot of radio on a recent basis, and been listening to Metro Radio, which is in the local area, and been listening to Signal 2, which is down in Staffordshire, which is also a favourite station of mine. And I've been taking in some of the music and taking in some of the presentation styles and all that kind of thing, and it's really, really good. I really enjoyed it. So thank you to Dave Johnson, and thank you to everybody at Metro. That is Stephen Carron, Brian Moore, Stu Elmore, Alan Robson, and anybody else that I've missed out. Anna Foster on Magic as well. She's really, really good, Anna Foster. Love Anna. She's absolutely fab. So yeah, I've been listening to a lot of them recently. But you know what? I want to get back to this Twitter thing about these elderly people. I just want to know if there's anybody who could build something like this for the elderly, and would it be worth it? Would it be marketable? Personally, I don't think it would be, but you never know. The elderly may catch on to this. I'm not talking about people in care homes, for God's sake. I'm talking about people who are quite compass mentis and have all their faculties, if you know what I mean. So I think that would be a good idea, but I'm not sure how it would work. You know, it's a bit of a strange thing to be thinking about. But I think it could be done, and I think it would really, really help them, because, you know, there are a lot of old people on their own and don't have any contact with the outside world because of probably they're housebound, bedbound, whatever, and if they had something there which the government could provide them with, then I think that would be a really, really good idea. And who knows, it could really, really, really help these elderly people who are compass mentis and maybe have no family, maybe have no friends left because they've all passed on or something like that, you know. But if they've got family, then, you know, obviously the family would go around and see how these people are doing and, you know, generally take care of them. I mean, I used to work in a care home, and it was very sad to see people deteriorate from various different things, such as dementia and other diseases, and it's just really awful to see these things, and it makes you really upset, you know, because being a sensitive guy, you know, it's really hard to see, and it's really hard to deal with. So I wonder how this whole idea would come about, and if it was marketable. Could it be marketed? Could it be done? Could it be done? Because I know a lot of people, I've seen people wandering around, you know, 55, 65, 70 even, with mobile phones. And if they've got access to a mobile phone, then 9 times out of 10, they'll have access to either Facebook or Twitter. And do you know what? This all comes about because I've seen somebody on Twitter with an account, and she's an old person. And I mean, you can tell by the photograph she's an old person, you know. And I just seen her on Twitter, and she was struggling to get up a step to her house, I think it was. So when she got up, she posted another picture on her Twitter account saying, "Yeah, I've made it up the stairs." I mean, that is just brilliant. It's just funny. Not funny as in, like, hilariously funny, but it's just good to see people like this. sharing the pictures and everything, because there's too many bad things going on in the world. Too many bad things like bullying, and that's another thing that I want to get onto as well. Bullying and people ripping celebrities, and I don't do anything of that on Twitter. I don't do nothing like that on Twitter. I think that is just a really, really bad idea. You don't go around and hounding people on Twitter who are famous, and because it looks bad for their their profile. You just don't do it. So, just to talk a little bit about bullying, I was bullied at school, and in fact, I think half of the bullies were on my Facebook page, to be quite fair. And I got over it. Some people don't get over it. Some people are absolutely scarred for life, but some people do. Some people don't. It just depends on how strong your personality is. And I have to say, if anybody's getting bullied at school, there are websites like this who can tackle it and can offer support and offer assistance. And it's just a really, really bad thing, especially when it comes to the physical bullying, and it comes to mental cruelty as well as everything else. If you're being bullied at school, these days, the normal thing to do would be to tell a teacher, to tell someone that you're being bullied at school. But not everybody does that. Not everybody's too scared. I mean, I was too scared to tell somebody because I got my face kicked in by the bullies. So it's, who do you turn to? Who do you turn to for help? You turn to your parents, they go to the school, creates havoc straight away. It creates havoc because it gets back to the bullies, and the bullies come down on you even more. So you go around in a circle and you get your head kicked in anyway. So you get your head kicked in for telling somebody that you're being bullied. So there are websites out there who can help people, and I know there's one for the South Tyneside area because I heard it on the radio the other week, and I thought that was really a really good idea for people to go to this website and talk about it. People phone the Samaritans to talk about bullying, but all the Samaritans can do is just to say, chin up and tell the teacher or something. They don't give accurate advice. However, that is not me having a go at the Samaritans. They do a very, very great job. A very, very great job indeed. So it's just, what do you do when it comes to being bullied? Who do you turn to? If you haven't got a computer and you haven't got the internet, who do you turn to? Maybe we should be building apps for bullying. So what happens is it locates your local school, and you could possibly have a button on there which says I'm being bullied, and it takes you to, I don't know, something. I don't know what it would take you to. Maybe a website, maybe something else, maybe a helpline. But then again, you see, helplines comes back to the Samaritans again, doesn't it? Maybe it would take you to something else. I don't know. I don't build apps. I don't build websites. I don't build anything like that. I'm not that clever when it comes to building stuff like that. But maybe an app could help you just get some support in some way, shape or form. I think that would be a good idea to have an app which is especially for people being bullied at school, or somewhere where they could just even talk to someone about it. I don't know. It's a bit of a difficult one, that. It's not something that the media has an answer to, and only the local schools, because every school, no matter what school you go to, they always say, oh, there's no bullying in this school. Little do they know that it goes on. Every school has bullies. And it's not the bullies themselves that have got the problem. the school's got the problem. The bullies have the problem as well.